Welcome back. Christian Kirk left the Valley of the Sun after high school, yet remained in the spotlight during his freshman season of college football. In his first year at Texas A&M, he was simply dynamic and electric as a wide receiver and return specialist. He recently sat down with Stephen McGee and gave his first interview as an Aggie. That conversation is presented to you by AT&T.
Kirk has got a shot at this one at the 21. 40, midfield, Christian Kirk, one guy to beat, and he's not going to get it. Touchdown, A&M.
So you popped on the scene in a big way and became an Aggie fan, one of the Aggie fans' favorite players because of the way you perform as a football player, obviously. But I think one of the most underappreciated things about your game is your work ethic. Everybody talks about your desire to get better, the amount of time you spend in these facilities watching game tape. And that's not necessarily true with guys that are successful as you have been. They don't necessarily have that work ethic. What is it about you that brings about that drive, that passion for football?
Yeah, I think I think it was just I was blessed with the ability to keep telling myself that's not good enough. I haven't been able to recall a time where I've looked at film or watched a game where I was like, man, I played amazing. That's flawless. It's always like, yeah, that's a good play, but I could have done this better. I could have done that better. I'm always looking at different guys. They did this. Why am I not doing that? What do I need to improve? What do I need to do that? So, and that was instilled in me, when I was young. My dad was in the military, and my parents just always, they've always taught me to work for everything that I want in life. But, just, coming along and, every day it's just like there's always something going on in my head that I should be working on or that I need to do to, better myself and get my game going, because each year I just want to get better, and it's just the drive to be the best that keeps me going.
You were a highly recruited guy a year ago, and you fast forward now, you have a year under your belt. But what's different than a lot of guys is you've had a lot of success. Not many guys come in as a freshman, especially at an SEC school, and do the things you were able to do on the field. What is your message to these guys that are about to sign at A&M that'll arrive like you did to be able to have the success that you did?
Yeah, well, obviously, number one, it comes with a lot of hard work. You can't just come in here and be lackadaisical and think you're going to do the same things that you did in high school and have success. But I would say the number one thing for me, especially going, out of state from being from Arizona, I was looking for a place where I was comfortable, and I always knew I wanted to play in the SEC. And, the SEC is the best conference in college football, and if you want to be the best, you got to compete against the best, and everybody knows that. So, that was one of the main reasons why I came to A&M too. But, going back to, being comfortable, going far away from home, that's not easy. It's a different culture out here, something I had to adjust to. But these guys, really brought me in, and they were just brothers to me, from the get-go. And that was the main thing I was looking for during recruiting, because I knew that if I were to go to a different place and not be comfortable, then there would be so many other things going on in my mind other than focus on football, and I didn't want that. So if I could give those guys any advice, it'd be to pick the place where you're comfortable. I mean, there's so many other things that can attract you, but if you're around guys that you just love going to work with every day, then it's as easy as that.
Yep. All right. A little lighter side. I think if you were to poll the Aggie fans out there, you probably have or would be up there in the tops of the best hairdo on the team. If not the best, they would classify it maybe as unique. Yeah. When you go to the barbershop, what I'm old school now. Yeah. You don't even know who I am. So now that haircut, what is that called?
Well, at first, at the beginning of the season, it was just, it actually goes back to high school. I just got lazy one year and just let my hair grow. I never had my hair long like this. I hated it when it was long. And I just let it grow. And then people were like, you should just cut a mohawk for playoffs, cut a mohawk. So I was like, all right, I'll get a mohawk. And then I kind of liked it. So then it was like every time football season comes around, I grow my hair out and to get a mohawk. So at the beginning of the season, it was a mohawk. And then it turned to like a faux hawk. And then now it's just like, my barber back home just calls it the C. Kirk special. So he does what he does to it. It looks like a mohawk, but it got a little twist to it. It's unique to me. So
I think there's going to be a few Aggie moms out there that are regretting this interview because they're going to have little boys. They're going to have the C. Kirk special come next fall. I like it. Well, man, good luck. Wish you the best for 2016, and look forward to more great things out there.
Thank you. Yep.
In 2015, Christian Kirk surpassed the 1,000-yard mark as far as receiving, making him just the second Aggie in history to do so. The other one, Mike Evans. That's pretty good company. We're back in just a moment.